everybody, today I'm going to be sharing with you all 10 tips and tricks that I know on how to make your hair grow faster. There are tons of tricks that you can do and lots of ways to make your hair grow, but I'm going to compile as many as I can into one video. To really see the results in growing out your hair, you have to make sure that you're nourishing yourself from within to where your hair can actually grow more, and then you also want to be preventing it from breaking off at the bottom and nourishing your hair and stuff to where it doesn't break off and make it look shorter. So there's two factors that go into it, so if you follow all of these things, hopefully you can cover everything. So the first tip that I have is to take a biotin supplement. Biotin has been known to help your hair grow faster. It's what makes up the hair follicles that you have. So having more biotin is going to make it grow faster. It's also going to make your nails grow and your skin look better. It's really good. You especially notice the difference in your nails, but over time you will notice a difference in your hair growth. So the biotin vitamins that I have been taking recently are by Reservant Organics. I like taking organic ones because I know that they are free of preservatives and anything like artificial, that they're going to be good for me. This is the Keratin Booster Bioactive Keratin with biotin and resveratrol. I can't say that one. But this one is basically a keratin biotin vitamin. So keratin is what makes your hair stronger. I have problems with a lot of breakage and stuff, so I like taking a keratin supplement, and this is the only biotin supplement I found that actually has keratin in it. So I finished the entire bottle of these. This is what the bottle looks like. So as you can see, it does have the keratin in it. It says that it promotes healthy, strong, and flexible nails. It promotes the strength, volume, and shine and brightness of hair. I've definitely noticed that my hair is a lot shinier after taking these. You can really tell too when I straighten it how shiny it is. That also has to do with some of the products and stuff that I use, but I've definitely noticed that my hair doesn't feel as brittle and stuff after taking these. So I finished the whole bottle, and you take these twice a day. I was taking one a day, but I wasn't seeing as many results, so then I started taking 2 a day, so then I finished them up quicker. The bottle says that studies suggest improvement in hair strength and shine, increased nail integrity, and radiant, younger looking skin. Biotin is an essential vitamin B that may help support healthier hair, thicker, fuller hair, and stronger, more flexible nails. So I've already seen a difference in my hair. I can't say that my hair is like totally grown super fast. Like I don't see a huge difference in the length of my hair. Although I did notice that last time I got my hair colored, my roots grew out really fast. So I'll put the link down below if you guys are interested in the actual keratin biotin vitamins. So like I said about actually nourishing yourself from within to make your hair actually grow faster, you want to make sure that you're feeding yourself with foods that are really high in protein and amino acids and fatty acids, that type of thing, to really make it grow faster. It's going to add moisture to your hair, and also the protein is going to help make it stronger so it grows more. And there's several foods that are really high in protein and amino acids. Some of them are, I wrote them down so I wouldn't forget, salmon, walnuts. Salmon is really rich in protein and vitamin D, also omega-3 fatty acids. Walnuts and pretty much any type of nuts have omega-3 fatty acids. Walnuts also have biotin and vitamin E and copper, which is supposed to help maintain like the luminosity and the color of your hair. And then some other foods that are also really good for your hair are oysters, sweet potatoes, eggs, spinach, and Greek yogurt. So those are all really high in protein. They're also really good for you as well. And you also want to make sure you're drinking plenty of water to keep your hair hydrated and to basically make everything better as far as your health, your skin, your nails. Everything's just going to look so much better when you drink a lot of water. So then now I'm going to talk about ways to prevent your hair from breaking off and ways to help it stay stronger. So the next tip is to make sure that you're getting your hair trimmed at least every 6 to 8 weeks. There's really no way to mend your split ends back together. The only way that you can actually get rid of them is to cut them off. And I've been trying to grow out my hair for a while, so I actually haven't really gotten a whole lot cut off. I just get a trim. So you want to get enough trimmed off to where you can get rid of those dead split ends, but if you're trying to grow it out, obviously you don't want to like chop a whole lot off unless your hair is really damaged. Sometimes it helps to just get a really good cut and then try to grow it back out from there, but you don't want to cut a whole lot off and then keep damaging it. If you feel like your hair has stayed the same length for a long time but you're not really getting it trimmed, then that could be because it's breaking off or it's really damaged on the ends. Then it might be growing from the roots, but it's actually not looking any longer because you're damaging the bottom of it. Because your hair obviously grows from the roots, so it's not going to grow from the end, but you have to make sure you take care of the ends of it so it will look longer. So another tip that I have is to wash your hair less. This is really hard, especially for me, because I do have curly hair, so I use a lot of products and stuff, so I like to wash them out. But I have found what helps for me is to only shampoo my hair like every other day or every 2 to 3 days. Some people can go even longer, which is awesome. But for me, what I do is I still rinse my hair with water and I reapply conditioner and detangle, because I have to detangle my hair every day because it does get so tangly and stuff, like when I sleep and throughout the day. So what I'll do is I'll just skip the shampoo and do the rest of my styling routine, and then some days I don't even wash it at all. I'll just wash my body and stuff and I'll leave my hair, especially if I'm not really going anywhere. I don't care if it doesn't look perfect, so I'll just kind of touch it up. I have a whole video that I've done on how to refresh second day curls, and I will link that down below if you're interested. But if you have straight hair, you could always use a dry shampoo to get rid of the oil at your roots. If you have really oily hair, you might want to try washing it less, because I've heard that if your scalp is really oily, then it's overcompensating for being dry, and you're probably drying it out from using shampoo every single day. So if you try to train your hair to go longer, then hopefully it's not going to produce so much oil in the future. So try it out. It's really hard to get used to at first, but I'm sure over time it will definitely help, especially if you use like baby powder or a dry shampoo. So your hair doesn't look greasy, obviously. Or you could always do hairstyles to avoid it looking greasy, like wearing it up in a top knot or a ponytail, that type of thing. So another tip that I have is to use coconut oil or deep conditioning treatments. I love using coconut oil, especially for curly hair. This is the coconut oil that I buy. I make sure that I get the organic kind. And this one says refined. I don't really know the difference between refined or unrefined. But I get this just at the grocery store. What you do is you put it in hot water for it to melt, because coconut oil is naturally a solid, as you can see. It doesn't move or anything. So I just fill my sink up with hot water, and then I set this down in there and I wait for it to melt, and you'll see it will actually turn to a clear liquid. It's really easy to do. Maybe I'll do a tutorial or a video or something on how to apply coconut oil, but it's really easy. I just section off my hair and I run it through my hair, and then I get in the shower. And you want to leave that sitting on your hair for at least like 20 minutes or so, and then you want to shampoo it and condition your hair like you would normally afterwards, and your hair is going to feel so soft. You can definitely tell the difference. And I don't have any like greasy residue or anything on my hair after I use that. Another thing you can do, and I like to use these in conjunction with the coconut oil. I usually do the coconut oil about every 2 to 3 weeks. I also use deep conditioners though at least once a week, sometimes even twice a week, and these are 2 of my favorites. The first one is from Aveda, and it's their Damage Remedy Intensive Restructuring Treatment. I actually just used this yesterday. But this is an amazing deep conditioner, and this is by far probably my favorite that I've ever tried. And that says a lot, because I've tried so many with having curly hair, but this strengthens hair. It's really thick and moisturizing. I found that it leaves my hair feeling so soft. They have quite a few other deep conditioners, and I will be trying those out soon, but this is the first one I've tried, and I already love it so much. It has really good ingredients in it. It's all natural, like Aveda's products are. It has quinoa protein that is supposed to strengthen damaged and chemically treated hair. It says it leaves hair feeling healthy, smooth, and strong. The other one that I have is from Numi, and this is part of their white truffle line. This is the white truffle hair mask. I like this one because it has a pump, but this one is really moisturizing as well. I like both of these. I'm not really sure which one I like more. It might be the Aveda one, but this one is really nice as well. This is paraben and paraben free, so that's good. And I think white truffle is supposed to be really moisturizing. It says that white truffle extracts responds to the needs of dry and damaged hair. It's an intensive conditioning treatment that fortifies hair with vitamin E boosting argan oil. I always have tons of coupon codes and stuff for Numi, so if you are interested in this one, I will have a coupon code in the description box below. And maybe I'll do another video too on my favorite like deep conditioning treatments at all price points, because I've tried so many different ones. So my next tip is to avoid using silicones and sulfates. I've done a whole video about this before. I think it was like, what are sulfates or something like that. I will link it for you guys in the description box below. Especially if you have curly hair, you want to avoid using sulfates and silicones, because sulfates strip out your hair. They strip it of its natural oils and just make it dry out, and which can lead to more breakage. And then you also want to avoid silicones, because they can leave buildup on your hair and prevent other products from penetrating into your hair that are good for it. So silicone basically creates a barrier, just like a silicone face primer does. It creates a barrier on your hair follicle, which can prevent it from getting moisturization from other stuff as well. And it can also weigh down your curls or your hair, even if you don't have curly hair. Try to avoid using a lot of silicones. I know they're in almost every single product. If you look at the ingredients, it'll say dimethicone or trimethicone. Anything that ends in cone is a silicone. So there's ones that are harsher than others. I think dimethicone is definitely the heaviest. So you want to make sure if you're using a sulfate-free shampoo that you're not using a lot of silicone, because sulfate-free shampoos are not able to remove those silicones, so then you're just going to have buildup. You also end up with buildup on your scalp and stuff, which can actually prevent your hair from growing. So if you have a lot of residue on your scalp, if you're using too much conditioner or too many hair products, especially with curly hair, I know we use a lot of products and stuff, so you want to use something that's not going to clog up those hair follicles to where your hair can't actually grow out. So that leads me to my next tip, is to use a scalp exfoliant, which is actually going to remove all that buildup and dead skin cells, or if you have dandruff or flaky, like itchy scalp, which will prevent it from actually growing. So using a scalp exfoliant is really good at removing all of that stuff from your hair so your hair can grow. And it's nice to massage that into your scalp too, which is also going to help promote hair growth. I like to use just baking soda mixed in with my shampoo, and that's what I use to remove any old hair products and stuff. Even though I try to avoid silicones and stuff, I still like to do this regularly just to remove, you know, products in general and stuff. There's lots of different exfoliants and stuff. I believe Aveda has their InBody line, which is supposed to help with exfoliating your scalp, supposed to thicken your hair. But there's some other remedies and stuff you can do at home. I've also heard that using apple cider vinegar is really good for your hair. It's kind of like a toner for your hair, and I believe it can also remove buildup and stuff. So if you just search online like home remedies for scalp exfoliants or anything like that, I'm sure you can find a ton of stuff. Maybe I'll do a video on that as well. So my next tip is avoid brushing your hair when it's wet and just being really gentle in general. I comb my hair out with a wide tooth comb when I'm in the shower, and that is when it's wet and it has conditioner in it. But I'm super gentle with it. Sometimes I even just use my fingers and pull apart like the tangles and stuff. But the wide tooth comb, it has wider teeth, so it's not going to tug and pull on your hair as much. Nothing makes me cringe more than snapping hair. If you're hearing like a snapping, then your hair is breaking off, even when your hair is dry. So you want to be really gentle when you're brushing it. Don't just like hold it and pull it. Like you want to section it off and do it gently. So my next tip to avoid breakage is to sleep on a silk pillowcase or use a silk hair cap. I actually use a silk hair cap. This is it right here. I just got it at the drugstore, but I put my hair up in this. I look ridiculous, but I don't even care because it's so good for curly hair because it prevents it from getting frizzy. I don't wake up with that crazy bedhead look. Like it still looks good the next day, and I can just kind of add some product in and just go with it. So I think this is great. Even if you have straight hair, I think this would be good for you too, because your hair can break off when it's against cotton sheets or whatever type of sheets you have. There's friction, which can lead to breakage as well. So, but either way, just something like that to prevent breakage while you're sleeping. You could sleep with your hair up too, but that kind of worries me because I feel like when it's up in the ponytail, then it can break off like around your hairline and stuff. And that's another thing, is wearing your hair too tight. This is something that I am totally guilty of when I was little. I used to always wear my hair up really tight because I didn't know really how to style it, so I would just put it up. But then I have all this breakage around right here that drives me crazy, and I still have it now. Hair that's like this long to where it doesn't even go up in a ponytail. So my last tip to grow your hair longer is to avoid heat styling. Now this is something that is really hard, but I have come to just like my hair how it is naturally, so I try not to straighten it too much. I do it more in the winter, I feel like, than I do in the summer, because it's kind of pointless in the summer. But days when you're not really doing something or you don't really care as much, just don't even heat style. Like I don't even blow dry mine if I'm not really going anywhere, because there's no point in using that heat on it if it's just going to damage it. And over time, it really does. So you want to make sure you're using a heat protectant. I really like the NuMe White Truffle Hair Primer. That one's really good at protecting your hair from heat. Also, the Got2b Flat Iron Balm. I've used that before too in videos. You want to make sure you're not putting heat directly on your hair without having any type of barrier in between. And I think I also have a video, if you want to check it out, on no heat hairstyles. So that's hairstyles you can do without using any heat at all. So those are all my tips on how to grow your hair faster. Please leave yours in the comments down below, because I would love to read them, and also so everyone else can see them as well if you guys have any tips and tricks that you do. So if you want more information and a list of all the tips I mentioned, I will have those on my blog, as well as links to all the products that I mentioned. The link for my blog is the first one in the description box below. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I post on Wednesday and Saturday, so check back for my next video very soon, and I'll talk to you in my next one. Bye everybody. It's like an all-in-one product. It basically fights signs of aging, prevents aging, helps clear up acne scarring, any other kind of dark spots on your face, and it also helps prevent acne.